Hello, welcome to a new Kula-Bhrājana Europe Online. I'm Leticia Guastavino, part of the committee of the team behind the scenes. I'm super happy today to welcome. I will start right ahead telling you who our guest is because she's a dear friend of mine. We had been working for a very long time as country coordinators, as I don't know where else have we seen to each other, but we had met in different uh, workshops and meetings in Europe. I still remember the first time I met her. Probably she doesn't remember. I was participating in the Benelux, the first Benelux, and um, and you were in charge of the Shavasana.
Concert.
And it was my very first experience of lying down for Shavasana while somebody was walking around, playing some music and delighting us with a beautiful voice. So I was immediately amazed by your voice and your abilities to sing. And then later on, I met you as a wonderful yoga teacher, and I saw you going into the certified process, and then we just became super good friends in Samabesha, Spain. We shared the room, and I think we were more laughing and than anything. But I first, so today we are here with we are blessed here with the presence of Léah Kline. Wonderful. Are you experienced by now or still certified teacher?
Just certified, yeah.
Oh, okay, but I'm sure that you will become experienced soon. Let me just share something before I forget. So here we are in Kula-Bhrājana. I was supposed to do this bigger, but I don't really know how to do it, so I will just do it like this. Uh, for those of you who still do not know what Bhrājana means, it means it has two meanings, and we have always been thankful for Bill Mahoney to giving us this name because it's exactly what we wanted to do with our meetings. It has the meaning of illuminating our kula, but also allowing the light to shine, the light from our kula, the light from each one of us, teachers who have all these amazing skills, and we can share them with our community. Léah, as I said, is here today, and she will be teaching as well and sharing with us as well in next month. I cannot believe that it's next month already. The Kula-HRDAYAM. If you haven't booked your ticket, you still have time to do so. Today we have also Yayendra here with us, who is going to be as well teaching in the Kula-HRDAYAM, which is going to be at the end of July, right, the 24th to the 26th in the Nettetal in Germany. And just as a promotion, right, if you are a licensed Anusara yoga teacher, you get a 10% discount. There are very few tickets left, so we encourage you to get them, and Léah will be there. So no more talking from me, and I will spoil like Léah, and the microphone is for you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the lovely for having me and the lovely introduction. Welcome to those of you who are physically here, but also to those who will be watching this video. Yes, I am Léah Kline, and Leticia was my mentor to become a certified teacher. So she's definitely, we have become definitely close during that time frame. As a lot of you know, I sort of have a specialty in the voice, as it has been my career to sing. and I've done a lot of experimenting with voice in the yoga sector, and this has brought me to a lot of beautiful discoveries. So I wanted to share some with you with an accent on yoga teachers and learning about creating ohms. I also have discovered some interesting ways to get into a meditation via the voice and mantra, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Curious to know, those of you who are here, if you're a teacher or not, and if you have any specific questions going into my little lecture, so that you can type them in the chat, and then I can maybe answer them for you. Welcome. Yeah. If you need any German translation, can you raise your hand? Yeah, so maybe Leticia, you can translate.
No way.
Okay.
My German is still not good, but
Okay.
if you go to the three dots at the more, so if you go down on the Zoom, we're using today the Zoom account from the school, so we are lucky that we do have translation captions. So if you go to the down there, it says more, right? There are three dots. If you go there, then you press the show captions, and if you click there, you can say which language you want. Um, um,
Technology.
I know we are very lucky about this because it's making the board meetings much easier.
Mm.
And then you just get the translations ready for you. So, yeah.
Can I have a thumbs up if it's now okay, Sylvia? Yeah, perfect.
Is it working? Perfect. Okay.
One question. Are we okay? Can we move on? All right. I thought it would be very interesting to discuss tips and tricks for teaching Om, but I also wanted to express this beautiful story I heard and teach and love when it comes to using your voice. When you go to the Bhagavad Gita, and there's this section in the Bhagavad Gita that discusses the moment when Arjuna realizes that Krishna is not his partner, but a god, and he asks for clarification, and Krishna opens his mouth. First Krishna says, are you ready? You might not be able to handle the truth. So he opens his mouth, as in the beginning of Om, ah, and in his mouth is like the world, the whole thing, all things that exist, and then he slowly closes his mouth. And I love this image as an opportunity to see that inside of you is everything you need. The galaxy, the world, the whole everything is in you. So as we all know, Om is three sounds. It's going to going to and so you accept and take in the whole world, as it were, and you close your lips, keeping that space for um, the one, the universe, and everything that's in there, and let it vibrate through your whole body. So this beautiful analogy of Om, which you may or may not have heard, is a really wonderful way to describe the vibration that exists in making sound. We are all vibration. The sound of your voice creates a vibration. And the softer we become, the more we get in tune to the subtleties of our body, the more soft we make our outer body, the more we can go in and feel the vibrations. And this is, for a lot of people, a wonderful new experience, especially people who are only used to just working their body physically. So humming is step one. Let's all do this together. Shall we find a nice seat? And it'll be a sort of like invocation for ourselves. We won't hear each other, but you can really feel it. I'd like you to place your hand on your upper chest. Take a deep breath in, and then just place your hand now on your forehead to feel any vibration. When you hum, you don't want to close everything. You want to say ah, and then close your lips, and then you hum. See if you can feel vibration in your forehead. Take a deep breath in. Thumbs up if you felt it in your forehead. Now you're going to place 2 fingers very gently. Yeah, soft body, soft touch, and see if you can feel any vibration across your cheeks. Take a deep breath in. And release. Yes? Thumbs up for the chest. Everyone felt the chest, the forehead. I have a floating thumbs up. Thank you for that. And so when I'm teaching students, and I will just talk about my experience, oming at the beginning of class is usually a stress relief. I don't know how many of you are teachers? Raise your hand again. Oh, wonderful. How many of you recognize this? Oh, which is great for stress relief. Yeah. But the thing is that the hum at the end is actually the best part for the body, for the person. So as we begin, we there's a theory that the ah 3 counts, the ah 3 counts, and the 3 counts, followed by a moment of digestion, which is silence. So in the beginning, you can really make sure I teach like wonderful, fantastic, delicious, and then we go to start at the and go back, and we're going to do that now. Just see how that works, right? So take a deep breath in. Start with the the is actually the gift. The is the digestion part. The is actually what is going to make somebody feel their vibration. When we learn to listen to sound, it brings us in a very different state. Most people are singing and thinking, oh, it's too loud. Oh, it's the wrong tone. Oh. But in fact, music, which the music of the universe, the music as we know it, two notes next to each other are actually making music. So it's the indecisiveness of the sound maker that makes it feel uncomfortable. So I also tell people, like, when you choose a sound, just eat it, to make it delicious. And you'll notice that even two sounds next to each other is music. It's the that makes the Om thing feel chaotic or not correct. Not correct. Raise your hand if you recognize a sliding tone. Yeah. So what I often do is I'd ask somebody who can sing to sing a tone, which I would love to do, but I think Zoom will not allow it. And then I sing a note that's right next to it, and I hold the tone. I hear the person who's singing, and I can hold the tone. Like, in fact, I don't know if I'm dating myself, but a dial tone on a telephone. Do we remember that? A dial tone on a telephone is actually two notes right next to each other. And when you demonstrate that it's not that you have to be unisono, which is a word means together, then this stress of standing out and the stress of standing out and being out there all on your own is gone. So people can really start to choose a note that works for them. Yeah. So let's take an Om together. And we're going to listen to our sound. You'll hear me, but you can choose any tone you want, even if it's not my tone, and really hear how my sound layers with your sound. Really listening. Yeah, we close our eyes. We take a deep breath in. Oh. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. The silence that follows the Om is a beautiful opportunity to digest, to feel the vibration. And we try to encourage people to just drop into silence and feel. Now, the ah, say ah, ah, say it after me. Ah is for the heart. There's like a hatha yoga of sound. So, air is for the legs. U is for the hips. O, do, O is for the solar plexus, and ah is for the heart, which I find that really interesting. So the Om starts with ah, O, yeah. Any questions about this? Yes? Sabine, did you have a question? Very strange teaching about voice to silent people. No questions. Does anyone have
Well,
questions about
I have a bit of a question. I mean, what do we do when people are kind of like, you have a tone and you invite people to find their own tone, but people are so out of tone. um, is that okay, or do we try to? Uh,
Like, okay, that's what I was trying to explain. That's a better way to say it. What makes it seem out of tone is the seekingness of the person who's singing. There is actually no such thing as out of tune. So if someone I sing and someone sings ah, these two notes are beautiful together, and it's the fact that the person is moving around trying to find the tone. They're not hearing themselves. They are not committing to a sound. So oftentimes this is what makes um, it sound wrong or sound chaotic. Does that make sense?
so should we just encourage them to find their own voice and live it and
Yeah, and
embrace
not,
it?
yeah, and I also teach students, I say, okay, we get rid of that energy, like, ah, and then I say, and now you listen to the Om, trying to blend all of the sounds together that you hear yourself, and you hear the person next to you, and you hear the whole sound, which is really important because it's the many becoming the one. The many becoming the one is this the one sound that is all the voices together. And that does not have to be one single sound. A lot of people think the one is one sound. It's not. It is the beautiful sound of all of our voices committed to our own vibration happening at the same time. When we're trying to be like someone else, that's oftentimes when it gets confusing. Um, those of you who are the fifth, do, 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 can you sing that? Do, do, do is a very common interval, and I use that a lot to slide into oh, 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 oh. This is a fifth, and it's a common thing for people in the Western world to hear. And if there are men in the room, a lot of times I'll go, oh, oh. And when they have this, I'll just drop down and sing, oh, oh. And then I'll sing so that I support the person who's low down there. Um, yeah, I don't know if you know Bobby McFerrin. Bobby McFerrin is a really famous singer who did a lot of scatting, and he was the first person to orchestrate people in the audience who were not musicians. And la 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 the fifth is like the perfect fifth is a common harmonic open beautiful sound that we intuitively all know about. So that's why sliding into an Om is easier for people to find this starting note. Now, when I teach retreats, we chant. We'll chant for 20 minutes. We'll chant Loka Samusta Sukhino Bhavantu, something very easy melodically. Loka Samusta Sukhino Bhavantu. And then there's a harmony phrase. Loka Samusta Sukhino Bhavantu. And these go together. So you can mix it up and do everything. And then people are learning to create harmony in their own vibration. Shall we try this at home on your own? I will sing, and this is how I do it. I sing in the original old-fashioned way, and that is call and answer. Lo, lo, is Jayendra, is this an okay tone for you? Loka. Okay. And this is also what I do. I ask the person who I think would be on their tone sort, if it's okay. So here I go, and then I will invite you. Yeah. Close your eyes for a moment. Soften your skin. Go inside. And know the goal is not to sing beautifully, And the goal is to feel your vibration. So as you sing, you want to feel the body vibrating. Gently open your eyes, but stay connected to yourself. Loka, sing. Samasta, sing. Suki no bhavantu, sing. Suki no bhavantu. Let's do it again. Loka, loka. Samasta, samasta. Suki no bhavantu. You? Suki no bhavantu. Now I'm going to teach you the second one. Loka. You? Loka. Samasta, samasta. Suki no bhavantu. You? Suki no bhavantu. Once again, the second one. Loka. Samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Suki no bhavantu. And you choose either one you want. Loka, right away. Samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Or the other one. Loka. Samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Loka samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Loka samasta. Suki no bhavantu. You can change it up. Loka samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Loka samasta. Suki no bhav. Any of these will work. Loka samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Loka samasta. Suki no bhavantu. One more time. Loka, loka, samasta, samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Loka samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Make it smaller. Keep going. Loka, softer. Samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Talking it to yourself. Loka samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Even softer. Talking. Loka samasta. Suki no bhavantu. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And hear that the melody is still there. Exhale. You are vibrating in the tone of Loka Samasta. And you feel it vibrating through your whole body. Just sit for a moment and hear the echo of the mantra in you. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And gently open your eyes. Yeah, thank you. We like feedback. So this is a really quick version of what you can do with mantras to help people move into meditation. I used to teach a weekend retreat, and one night we would just come in and sit in silence. And another night we would sing mantras and then go into silence. And the people who couldn't sit still because their brains were so busy could sit for like a half an hour to an hour after singing mantra because they were able to feel themselves. They didn't get lost in their brain. I often wonder if people who have really strong minds need something physical to feel to help them stay with themselves, because when we get lost in the brain. So I'd like to know what your experience was, even though it was really quick, because it's nice for me to hear what your feedback is. Anyone like to share? Or if you have a question before I move on to some other points. I saw a lot of hearts, so thank you for that.
I can start since everybody seems to be very shy today.
Yeah.
I love that the way that you did these two different tones. So of course, you include more people into it. So because sometimes why I don't sing mantras is because I don't reach the tone. And then I think, better stay quiet. But I think when you give options, it's more inclusive. And then, what you're saying of feeling the vibration inside is finding your own voice. You give, or I felt kind of like we can all sing. We can all, we all have the possibilities to find a voice. So I found it very beautiful. And of course, I am one of those people who go from one side to the other one very easily, and I cannot stick into one tone. And I really like that idea of being able to go through both. So I found it really nice and
Yeah.
uh, and very fulfilling. And I'm one of these people who you were mentioning that I cannot stay quiet. So for me, meditation doesn't, for me, meditation is a very hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I do find that it's easier to meditate either with a mantra, like I learned with Yayandra, or either listening to a song, to a mantra singing. So then I can stay there and don't go into my head again and get lost in my thoughts. So what you said makes a lot of sense. So thank you for that reminder.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. It's beautiful. Does anyone else want to share? You can even type it in German if you prefer, and then Letitia can do her best to translate it.
Yes, I can read German. I cannot speak German.
I have.
And there is also some Spanish that I am very good with.
Oh yeah, Stella, if you have a question or comment in Spanish, then. Jayendra, while we're waiting for Sylvia to finish typing, please, what would you like to
Well,
share?
it occurs to me to ask you your advice or how you would handle this. So I sometimes teach for a friend and her students, and they chant the Anusara invocation much lower than I do. And so it's sort of frustrating. I go along with them usually, And then at one point I'll say, let's try it higher, and they don't really get there, and it's sort of messed up. So, how might you deal with that?
Um, well, for me, it's a bit of a cheat because I can't sing the harmony. Um, then the original Anusara, well, the original mantras were chanted, meaning not with music. They were chanted in long vowels because essentially what I was saying earlier about hatha yoga, what do I want to say? The hatha yoga of sound is that every vowel has a spot in the body. So you could say, think of yourself as a monk. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sat Chit Ananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. And you let the vowels ring out. This is like really old fashioned. When I went to Bali to teach yoga, they were doing the Gayatri mantra, but they were choosing a different melody, but it was also chanted like Om Bhurvaha Svaha Tatsavetur Vareniyam, like this, because it's a calling out to the gods in that sense. So if I was in that situation and I wasn't able to reach the notes, I would then talk about how it's also about the vowels, and then the chanting like that is very powerful. So having some options is good. There is a harmony, which I'm sure, Jayendra, because I'm always the one to sing the harmony. But yeah, you can't teach that to students like really quickly. So that would be my suggestion, to actually, or what you also can do is just let someone lead it. But it's very important that the teacher also participate in the mantra, because it's a mantra for ourselves as teachers as well as the students, our inner teacher.
Thank you.
Would you dare to do that?
Well, what I'm thinking is sort of with their tune, do it in my own way, and so to speak, sort of, and that could be with the vowels, the Sanskrit vowels and so on. But
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
tune, and yet myself.
Yeah. So like, if you don't mind singing do you give us the first, and then I can maybe demonstrate another idea? Would you be?
So how I would normally do it?
Uh-huh.
Om, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah I'm sort of losing it.
Oh,
Om
probably here. Om Namah Shivaya
Gurave.
Gurave.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shall we do it together? Just to
Satchidananda Murtaye. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it in Jayendra's key, everybody. So take a deep breath in. Leave your microphone on, Jayendra.
Om
Om
Namah
Namah
Shivaya
Shivaya
Gurave.
Gurave
Satchidananda
Satchitananda
Murtaye.
Murtaye
Nishprapanchaya
Nishprapanchaya
Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase.
Good. So, if your students are mostly women, they will naturally go higher. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. How's that for you? Too high, probably. Satchitananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralabhaya Tejase. And if we use this, I don't know if this is oh, so that first note you sing to help them get into their Om. You can hold that as like the base. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchitananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase, because there's always a bottom to the musical chords. And this 1 5 1 5 1. Oh, this is also an option. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's sometimes what I did in church when when I couldn't hit the notes, so I would just, there was always sort of one note, Johnny Little, one note, and it blends with and then we let all the other people sing the high note. Yeah. So to just repeat what I said, the sliding into the Om, that first note you choose to slide into the Om becomes your bass note. So if we do the ladies version, ladies. Oh, oh, Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Keep singing. Om Namah, Om Namah Shivaya Satchitananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om. It's very difficult to do this on Zoom when you can't hear anybody else, but I see it. This is an option. Welcome, Julia. Nice to see you. I'm going to move on to the
Before
Oh, yeah,
what
Sylvia. Yeah.
Sylvia wanted to say,
Yeah.
it was so wonderful to feel the after effects. Thank you so much. Herzlichen Dank.
Please do not underestimate the after effect. The after effect, to be very modern, is where it's at. I believe, and Jayendra, you can probably help me. There is the sound of the universe. You know, I can't quote it exactly, but essentially, what's the sound of one hand clapping? But the point is that sound is a struck sound, but it is the sound that disappears into silence. Sort of like if you blow a dandelion. You see the dandelion, and that's the note, the ripe dandelions, the bowl of, and you go, and it dissipates, and it dissipates into silence. When you ask your students or yourself to listen to the exact moment where you do not hear the sound anymore, you create incredible listening capacity because they're alive with the listening. For instance, this I use a lot when we lay down in Shavasana and they're still very busy with adjusting, or you've said something and I say, listen to the moment where you do not hear the sound anymore. And I'm going to invite you to do that as well, right? So close your eyes as if you were in Shavasana or entering into a seated meditation. Prepare yourself. Let the sound pass through you and see if you can locate the moment when you do not hear this sound anymore. Unfortunately, Zoom cuts it off. But in the live situation, yes, you'll notice that your desire to hear the end of something puts you in a beautiful state of meditation, a beautiful state of listening. In fact, this is a common instrument in a yoga class. You don't actually have to learn to, make this sound. You can just strike the bowl, because then the slowness of which the sound leaves and dissipates or disappears into silence is actually what you want to cultivate in your students. Because once they can really, and it's like, do I still hear it? Or is that the echo of it? That's actually entering into meditation. And when you notice, I'll do it 2 or 3 times, because all beautiful things come in threes, and 3 is a sacred number, right? So, and I always say that as well. So 3, let's try it again. Like, I will take a deep breath in and let's try it again. And this is just so simple, but you will literally feel the room become so alive with listening and being present that it's tangible. And you will know then that you don't have to say anything anymore. Now, I sing to my students, and that's why I sing to my students. They lay down, I will sing a mantra, not for them to participate, but to lay a bed of listening sound across the room. And when I finish with an Om, you'll feel the same presence. Does that make sense? You feel the presence of listening, not responding, but just being aware. And that's what's behind a sound bath. For instance, I did bring this bowl with me. So to um, to do the same thing. Now, a sound bath uses harmonies the way we would use harmonies to chant, because a perfect fifth, a perfect fourth, these vibrations have a certain wavelength that shift ourselves. So I'm very much into also now sound therapy and sound baths with voice, and the silence that follows that is all the similar silence to what we're doing with this. When you teach students this, or you practice listening in this way, then when you then take an Om, you are more ready to hear the Om disappear into the silence. Shall we try that? Now, having listened to the Zoom, cutting off the bowl. If you have a bowl yourself, please try that. But now, when we finish the we don't go but we go then we take in a deep breath. Does that make sense? Here we go. Find your seat. Move the sit vlees out from under you. That was Dutch. Move your sit bones and flesh out from under you. Yes, Letitia?
Now, Julia wants to say something.
Oh yeah, let's try this first, and then we will take her question. We're going for the presence after the Om. Yeah, a deep breath in. Om. Deep breath in. Last time. Oh. Do you feel the after effect, the vibration, the echo of vibration in you? That's what we're after. The tingling of the face. Okay, open your eyes. Good. Julia, do you have a question?
Yes. Um, so if I were a synthesizer and I could lower my volume and have like if I was a machine, I could let my volume and my sound go against zero, but like very, very slow or not even at all. But as a human being, I just learned in just an hour ago that you shouldn't exhale all the way while making sound, because it's not very good for your voice cords. If you
Correct.
Yes. So it's a stupid question maybe, but students ask these questions. So do I stop at some point and just go for the afterglow and the vibration and the feeling of it, but the sound itself stops in human voice at some point, doesn't it?
The is already a volume control. That's my first comment.
Mhm.
The second comment is earlier, if you really want to teach those students to get to the which is the best part, sooner, then you tell them 3 counts inhale, 3 counts ah, 3 counts oh, 3 counts 3 counts silent, which is actually when you finish the exhale and you reach emptiness, and then 3 counts inhale again. So that is a nice way to train people to get to the quicker, because in reality people use the ah and the om to get rid of their energy, right? So sometimes we do that, and then we want to just allow ah. And I will literally do these things because there's always a student who wants to know if they're doing it right, and they don't want to be the fool who sings while others are not singing. So I literally use hand gestures, and I use either this, and you can slow it down. Ah.
Ooh.
Like that. So
Yeah.
these are ways to teach people to take a deep breath, to express themselves on the exhale, and then get them to experience this quietness. I do have students who are singers and they want to sing until they can't anymore. So that when that happens, you want to tell them that the deliciousness of your vibration is in the. Scientifically speaking, humming is calming your nervous system. It is. We all know that, but it's good to tell students that the hum is a calming, a coming home to your body, and that's why we want the hum to really be there. Um, Another way to get people to feel is the bumblebee. The bumble. I don't know. I don't remember the Sanskrit name, but you stick your thumbs in your ears. You stick your ring fingers along the bridge of your nose, and you can pull to open or press, and just pressing closes your nose enough that you feel the vibrations in your head, and the other fingers go on your forehead. So if you want, so there's a little piece of flesh if you don't have these ears, and then that's what you're pressing to close your ears off. You take a deep breath and you literally hum, and it's this to inhale and this gently to push. You're not closing off your nostril, but you're just closing right at the top. Let's try this one. And this is also what I teach to get people to feel the vibration that's possible in their system, right? Thumbs in the ears, fingers, 2 fingers here. Exhale all the air. Deep breath in. Pulling on the nose, and exhale, push. Widen and pull. And again, push. Now, let's forget the pushing on the nose and just close your hands over your eyes, close your thumbs into your ears, and hum and see what you experience, choosing your own tone. Take a deep breath in. And release. As a teacher, I remove my thumbs from my ears often to just keep humming until somebody's done, so that I hear if people are still humming. But this is also a beautiful way to get people who are not in with notes, they feel like they can't sing, to actually get anyone to do their own note, so that they actually experience choosing and feeling the vibration. Do we like that? So, for instance, students, boys who come to class and they start to giggle because it's a little bit too much for them, I just have them put their thumbs in their ears, cover their eyes, and hum. And that really beautiful when you, as a teacher, when you take your thumbs out and you listen to all the sounds. You'll know what I said earlier about there is no such thing as a wrong note, that it's a commitment to the note that makes the music, and it's the searching of for a sound that makes it not sound correct. So when you take your thumbs as a teacher and you listen to all the humming, it's amazingly beautiful. This is what I will be doing in 2 mornings at the Kula-HRDAYAM in July. And I will bring some of my bowls with me. One day we will do some chanting, and from chanting move into meditation. And another day we will do a sound bath. I will also, there's really beautiful to do never-ending ohms in a circle and have someone lay in the middle of the circle. The experience is incredible, because when there's a group of people in a circle who intend to send healing energy, and a person or 2 in the middle who are open to receiving, the descriptions of what happens to these people in the circle and inside the circle is amazing. And I would love to offer that experience as well. I believe I'm also teaching an asana practice. 2, maybe 2. So this, I hope you have some tips and tricks. If anyone has to go, that was my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Again, if you only speak German, one of these two lovely ladies, you can type it in the chat. We'll translate it for you. Wow, que pena no poder ir. What does that mean? Spanish.
She said
Leticia.
that she's not coming.
Oh,
She said that she cannot come. Yeah.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, and I agree because Estelle is also one of our founders of
Kula-Bhrājana.
Kula-Bhrājana, as
Yeah.
well as Léah, Julia, and me. And as a person who has been lucky enough to be in one of your sound bathing, I remember you did such a thing in the last Benelux, right, with Carney, and you made this experience that we were all sitting like in a circle, and then four of us will lie down for Shavasana, and then you could hear people singing around you, and you will lead it, of course, and make sounds, and it was such a wonderful experience that I'm really looking forward to experience your wonderful voice and your presence again. Next month it's coming very close, so it's very, and I think I had only seen you teaching asana practice when I was mentoring, so that was a while ago. So I'm really looking forward to be with you again as an asana teacher as well, besides your beautiful voice. So I'm really looking forward for next month. We are lucky here to have Yayendra, who is also going to be here or there next month. So yeah, let's if there is no more questions, we can start.
Are there any questions from anybody?
I don't know.
Okay.
Besides all the thank yous and all the maybe in Spain. I did hear that something is cooking in Spain again, and maybe we can go there again. The invitation before we say goodbye is to come and join us in Kula-HRDAYAM next month, July 24th to the 26th in Netetal. And we have a special offer for people who are coming to our Kula-Bhrājana online meetings. You can get a discount by booking with the code KBEO. So don't miss this opportunity. And something that is really already making me nervous, next month, Julia and I will be joining our voices, our eyes, our observation skills to lead the July 5th Kula-Bhrājana Europe Online. We will be talking about the eagle eye to laser focus, right? Teaching from what we observe, not in autopilot, but vas viasen. Can I say that? Julia and I next month. As always, we welcome any contributions, any donations for our school. As you all know, we are a non-for-profit school. We are all volunteers here, and the school always gets benefits from your donations. We can keep these programs. We can open up other projects and programs that we are working. And I can only say thank you so much for all of you being here. If you want more information about our Kula-Bhrājana, about our school, you can always go to our website. Also about the Kula-HRDAYAM, it's also the link to the website. So looking forward to see you next month on July 5th. And before that, we'll see each other online, Instagram. You can follow Léah everywhere. You can be in contact and keep doing what we love to keep our community shining. Thank you so much for all of you being here. Namaste.
Thank you for joining. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.